The American Revolution stands as a pivotal moment in human history. It is a testament to the enduring spirit of freedom. Bold colonists, yearning for liberty, challenged an empire and changed the course of history forever. This revolution, born on American soil, ignited a passion for self-determination that continues to inspire people around the world. This essay will journey back to the birth of a nation, exploring the key events and figures that shaped this tumultuous period. We will delve into the causes of the revolution, examine the fiery crucible of war, and witness the triumph of the American spirit. From the battlefields to the halls of Congress, the story of the American Revolution is a tapestry woven with threads of courage, sacrifice, and an unyielding belief in the power of ideas. It is a story that continues to resonate today, reminding us of the precious and hard-won nature of freedom. The seeds of revolution were sown long before the first shot was fired. Growing tensions between Great Britain and its American colonies set the stage for an epic clash. British policies intended to assert control over the colonies instead fueled the flames of rebellion. The Stamp Act of 1765, which levied taxes on printed materials, ignited widespread protests. Colonists, outraged by taxation without representation in the British Parliament, rallied under the cry of "No taxation without representation." This act, though later repealed, revealed a growing rift between the mother country and her colonies. The Townshend Acts of 1767, which imposed taxes on goods like tea and glass, further inflamed colonial anger. The Boston Massacre of 1770, a deadly confrontation between British troops and colonists, deepened the divide. The Boston Tea Party of 1773, a dramatic act of defiance in which colonists dumped British tea into Boston Harbor, demonstrated the lengths to which the colonists were willing to go to resist British rule. By 1774, with the passage of the Intolerable Acts, which punished Massachusetts for the Boston Tea Party, the relationship between Great Britain and the colonies had reached a breaking point. On April 19, 1775, the simmering tensions between the colonies and Great Britain erupted into open warfare. British troops marched from Boston to Lexington and Concord, Massachusetts, intending to seize colonial military supplies. However, they were met with fierce resistance from colonial militiamen. At Lexington, a brief but bloody skirmish took place on the village green. 8 colonists were killed, and the British continued their march to Concord. At Concord's North Bridge, another confrontation occurred, resulting in heavier British casualties. The British, forced to retreat back to Boston, were harried by colonial militiamen who employed guerrilla tactics. The battles of Lexington and Concord, though small in scale, marked the beginning of the American Revolutionary War. The shot heard round the world had been fired, signaling the start of a long and bloody conflict that would determine the fate of a nation. In the midst of war, the Continental Congress representing the 13 colonies made a bold and historic decision. On July 4, 1776, they adopted the Declaration of Independence, a document that would forever alter the course of human events. Drafted by Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration of Independence proclaimed the colonies' separation from Great Britain. It asserted that all men are created equal and endowed with certain unalienable rights, including life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. This document went beyond simply declaring independence. It articulated a set of principles that have served as the foundation of American democracy for over 2 centuries. The Declaration asserts that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed, and that it is the right of the people to alter or abolish any government that becomes destructive of these ends. The Declaration of Independence stands as a beacon of hope for people striving for freedom and self-determination. Its words have inspired countless individuals and movements throughout history and continue to resonate with profound significance today. Section 5: Saratoga, a turning point on the battlefield. The early years of the war were marked by a series of setbacks and victories for the fledgling Continental Army. However, in 1777, a decisive victory at Saratoga, New York, turned the tide of the war in favor of the Americans. The Battle of Saratoga was a pivotal moment in the American Revolution. It demonstrated the colonists' ability to defeat a major British force, and crucially, it convinced France to formally enter the war as an American ally. The French had been providing covert support to the Americans, but after Saratoga, they openly declared their allegiance, providing much-needed troops, supplies, and naval power. Saratoga was not only a military victory, but a strategic triumph that transformed the war's dynamics. It shifted the balance of power, bolstering American morale and isolating Great Britain on the world stage. Section 6. Victory at Yorktown, securing a new nation's fate. In 1781, a combined American and French force led by General George Washington and French General Comte de Rochambeau achieved a decisive victory at Yorktown, Virginia. This victory effectively ended the major fighting of the American Revolution. The siege of Yorktown trapped a British army commanded by General Charles Cornwallis. The Allied forces, supported by the French fleet, bombarded the British positions and slowly tightened their grip on the city. After weeks of siege, Cornwallis, facing overwhelming odds and dwindling supplies, surrendered his army to Washington on October 19, 1781. The victory at Yorktown sent shockwaves through Great Britain and marked a turning point in the war. It shattered British hopes of crushing the rebellion and paved the way for peace negotiations. Section 7. The Treaty of Paris, forging a path to peace. With the British defeat at Yorktown, the war for independence was effectively won. However, it took 2 more years for a formal peace treaty to be signed. The Treaty of Paris, signed on September 3, 1783, officially ended the American Revolutionary War. This treaty recognized the United States as a free, sovereign, and independent nation. It established the boundaries of the new nation, stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Mississippi River and from the Great Lakes to Florida. The Treaty of Paris marked the culmination of years of struggle and sacrifice. It represented the birth of a new nation, founded on the principles of liberty and self-government. The United States, once a collection of colonies, had emerged as a sovereign nation, poised to take its place on the world stage. Section 8. The Revolution's enduring legacy, a beacon of hope and a promise yet to be fulfilled. The American Revolution's impact extends far beyond the borders of the United States. It ignited a global movement for democracy and inspired countless individuals and nations to fight for their own freedom. The revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and self-government have served as a beacon of hope for people around the world. Its principles have been enshrined in constitutions and declarations of independence across the globe. However, the revolution's legacy is also marked by the complexities and contradictions of its time. The promise of equality and freedom, so eloquently articulated in the Declaration of Independence, did not extend to all Americans. Slavery, a brutal institution that contradicted the revolution's ideals, continued to cast a long shadow over the new nation. Native Americans, who had long inhabited the land, continued to face displacement and dispossession as the new nation expanded westward. Women, despite their contributions to the revolution, were largely excluded from the political process and denied equal rights. Section 9. Conclusion. The Unfinished Revolution. The American Revolution was a transformative event that reshaped the political landscape of the world. It was a testament to the human spirit's enduring desire for freedom and self-determination. The revolution's legacy is both inspiring and challenging, reminding us that the pursuit of liberty is an ongoing struggle. The ideals of the American Revolution continue to resonate today, inspiring us to strive for a more just and equitable world. The revolution's unfinished business, the full realization of liberty and equality for all, remains a powerful call to action. As we reflect on the legacy of the American Revolution, let us honor the sacrifices of those who fought for freedom, and let us rededicate ourselves to the pursuit of a more perfect union. The revolution's spirit of courage, innovation, and unwavering belief in the power of ideas continues to light our way forward, reminding us that the pursuit of liberty is an ongoing journey, not a destination.